Well, this next story I know is just going to drive you absolutely insane.
All right.
I saved this because I know you're going to enjoy this.
Okay.
School choir director and college professor freak out and call the cops on a man legally carrying a gun.
All right.
A Michigan man was not acting erratically or threatening other people at an Ann Arbor high school musical recital, but he was openly and legally carrying a firearm.
So there was no sign on the door.
Nope.
So he had his concealed carry.
Well, it's not concealed. He was openly carrying.
Oh, okay.
He had it in full visible view.
And he's allowed to do that?
He has a permit for it, yes.
Okay. What is he, a cop or something?
No, he has a permit to do that.
Can you do that?
The story explains.
All right.
That was enough for a school choir director to call police and for music professor to publicly shame him in the event.
Fuck that.
The incident happened Thursday evening at Pioneer High School when Stephen Lorenz, the director of choirs at the school, spotted the man openly carrying a gun, and he called police.
Okay, well, up to this point anyway, I don't have a problem with that.
All right.
If you're at a school and you got kids and you see a gun, I get that you would call the police.
Okay.
So far, okay, and then the police will clear them.
Sure.
That's fine. That's okay.
All right. As Michigan Live reported, police arrived to investigate and determined that the man had not broken the law.
Okay.
While it is illegal for citizens with a pistol license to carry concealed weapons on school grounds, license holders can carry open carry. Ann Arbor Sergeant Shane Davis told the Michigan Live.
Okay.
So if you have a permit to conceal carry, if you're in a school grounds, you can open carry.
Okay.
If you have a permit.
And again, the school did not have a sign that said no guns.
Right.
All right.
But that was not good enough for one of the event attendees.
And this is where I'm going to go nuts.
Exactly. University of Michigan Flint music professor Brian de Blasio.
Okay.
De Blasio photographed the man carrying the holstered gun and uploaded his picture to Facebook.
Oh, boy.
Along with two, quote unquote, this is where this makes me laugh, two breathless posts.
Breathless posts?
Breathless.
Get the fuck out of here.
Breathless.
Oh, brother.
The professor wrote in his first missive,
okay,
there's an idiot with a handgun with two magazines attending the Ann Arbor Pioneer Choral Cavalcade, sitting in the 10th row. Police came in droves, escorted him out and interviewed him in the hallway, and could do nothing.
Yeah, because it's legal, you fucking cocksucking liberal fuck.
Based on his permit.
Fuck off, you fucking fairy.
He's now back listening to the 8th grade girls singing Hey Jude.
What a fucking liberal piece of shit this guy is. Well, I don't like guns, so even though he's legal, he shouldn't do it around me. Fuck off, you fucking queer. Fucking homo.
My first experience witnessing this ridiculous show of I don't know what.
What do you think it is? What is he worried about? The guy sat there and watched the fucking thing. Did he point the gun at the kids?
Nope.
Did he point the gun at the teacher?
Nope.
Just shut the fuck up. It didn't hurt anybody.
Who does this at an event with hundreds of children?
Anybody that wants to fucking follow the law, cocksucker.
Who does this anywhere? Apostrophe America. He doesn't put America. It's apostrophe Merica. America.
What a dick.
De Blasio's second post included the man's picture.
Oh, no.
And other identifying information.
So what?
De Blasio said that the man is the grandson of a former superintendent of Ann Arbor schools.
Yeah, so what? What does this guy think by posting his pictures? That he's going to scare this guy?
Well, he's going to...
The guy's got a fucking pistol.
Well, he's going to publicly shame him.
Is he really? Because the guy's got a fucking pistol, and if somebody comes at him about it, they're going to end up dead.
Well, again, Facebook. Everybody in their fucking Facebook.
Yeah, you fucking cocksucking teacher.
Well, here we go again, and here's the telling. Here's what tells it all right here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I decided that the parents of the 200-plus junior high and high school students might want to know.
Oh, did you?
I decided that.
Yeah, so when did you become an administrator for the school, you dick?
Well, that they had someone with, get this, a military weapon.
A military weapon now.
How did it become a pistol to being a military weapon?
This guy went from a fucking 9mm to a fucking 50 cal in like 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, you better look out. He's got an RPG under his fucking coat.
Right.
Jesus.
So get this. I'm going to read that again. I loved it. I decided that the parents of the 200-plus junior high and high school students might want to know that they had someone with a military weapon replete with rounds of ammo.
Oh, my God.
Watching their kids sing. And he was in the front row.
Holy shit. Really? And that is so fucking scary considering not a single parent in the rest of that fucking community has a gun at home. Not one.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
You know, I kind of think these guys that do this open carry thing, they're just like the people that put swastikas on their front yards. They just want the attention.
Well, but people on Facebook want attention too.
Well, what are they paying attention? Well, I should be allowed to carry a gun to a kid's choir concert.
Whatever the reason, this guy got shaken down by the police.
And they found him.
They cleared him, said he was fine. But this guy, because of his personal, whatever you want to call it, he decided, I'm going to take the Facebook and I'm going to make sure people know about this guy. You know, he was cleared by the police, but I don't agree with it. So I'm going to make sure everybody knows.
Well, so what? It's some moron on Facebook.
I agree. I know, but I find it interesting that even though somebody's being law-abiding, regardless of the showboating that's involved with it, and I agree with you, if the guy is carrying an open weapon in a kid's thing, and granted, that may not be the best forum for it, but he's allowed to do it regardless of you agree with it or not. But this guy is going to make a spectacle of it. I don't want this guy here because he's doing something that I disagree with, and I'm going to make sure everybody knows.
Well, don't worry. The guy himself is probably fielding all kinds of offers for speaking engagements and book deals because Mr. Choir Director has publicized him, and which is what he wanted.
Yeah, probably true. That's probably true. But look, I definitely see the point about. Yeah, this guy was just looking to get fucking under somebody's skin for whatever reason. I get all that part, But once it's cleared, instead of fucking running to Facebook and fucking crying like a douchebag, how about you go and sit down with the administrators the next day and say, hey, how about some fucking signs where we don't permit guns in the fucking school? What kind of school system permits guns to be in the school?
You really need a sign that says no guns in school.
Well, there is.
You have to. If they post a sign, saying that they can't bring their guns into school, well, then that becomes the what do you want to call it? Not the local law, but the rules of the building. And legally, as a gun owner, you cannot bring a gun into a facility that has posted no guns, no carrying of a gun.
No weapons allowed.
Yeah, you can't bring, or you lose your. If you get caught doing it, then you lose your weapon and you lose your concealed carry or open carry or whatever. I don't know about this open carry, but you would lose your concealed carry.
It's such a tough issue. I mean, I'm cool with guns. Fine. If you want to carry a gun, cool. I don't got a problem with it. But you know what? Open carry. What are we supposed to do? Wear a lanyard around your neck that says, "I've got an open carry permit." How are the average people supposed to know that you got a permit?
But this guy was checked out by. Again, we said this at the beginning. I had no problem with the police being called. I had no problem at all with that.
Then
the police were called. They cleared him. Once they cleared him, fucking band director here needs to shut up.
Okay, well, I guess we'll talk again once next time the cops get called on somebody and they clear him, and then he goes and shoots up a bunch of people.
Okay, but that didn't happen in this case.
Okay, no, it didn't. But how many mass shootings have we seen where the gun was legally purchased and he was cleared to own it?
You've seen less of those than you've seen guys in mass shootings with their guns illegally, and B, regular people that are killed with handguns daily. Sure. Illegal handguns.
There's plenty of legal and illegal guns to go around that shouldn't be owned by or they fall into the wrong hands, or somebody just sat through the hour and a half class and I got my gun now.
So then,
okay, well.
See, the shootings don't bother me. They honestly don't. They don't scare me. They don't bother me. The 99% of the legal gun owners act responsibly.
99, not
99,
not 97, not 93.
Almost every one of them. Every one of these mass shootings. I don't want to say every one of them because then somebody will pull me some stat. Most of the mass shootings are done with illegal weapons. Whether you're going to look at Columbine or that fucking douchebag that shot up the theater, or what's his name, Breivik in Sweden or wherever the fuck he is, all of them had illegally purchased weapons.
Well, obviously Sandy Hook is a big exception, so you can't name that one.
Yeah, but that one didn't really happen.
Oh, of course.
Come on, Alex Jones told me so. And just Sweet Charlie. I don't think those guns were legal, but that didn't really happen either.
Oh, of course, that was an inside job. It was the government.
There's no blood, man.
It was the black helicopters that did that.
That's right.
Of course. You and Alex Jones, you got it all figured out.
Yeah, not me. Believe me, I'm not on that train.
Somehow I find that hard to believe occasionally.
I'm not on the Alex Jones train.
Really?
No. He's way too radical for me.
Dude, I discovered Alex Jones about 10 years ago. I listened for 2 weeks. First week I thought it was, it's kind of interesting just to hear something different, just to hear what wacky shit this guy's going to pull out. Second week I was like, oh, fuck this bullshit. It was right around the time of Hurricane Katrina, and he's like, we know the government knows how to control the weather patterns. Oh, fuck you.
It's HARP, man. It's HARP.
I don't even know what that is.
That's what they claim. It's a facility in, I think they say, Wyoming or somewhere, that is set up that they could turn it on and it creates fucking clouds or some shit.
I thought it was, what was that former governor and that Jesse Ventura?
Ventura?
I thought he was the one who went and found that whole complex with all those antennas and stuff that control the weather.
He might have. I don't know who it was.
My crazy-ass Polish grandmother thinks it's all the space satellites we sent up.
That's probably what it was.
Thinks the weather hasn't been the same since we had a man on the moon.
I think Sputnik caused it, to be honest with you.
That's funny.
Of course. All the space junk floating around. Fucking up the weather. It can't be all the fucking pollution from us and China and shit. It couldn't just be a cycle.
Nope, couldn't be a cycle.
No, hell no. Fuck it, I'm bored already. Fuck you, pal.
Right. All right. So anyway, to finish this guy's Facebook post.
Yeah.
He's indignant.
He's pissed.
Yeah. So anyway, he says he's watching the kids. He was in the front row.
Oh boy.
After the last song about this guy gives blow by blow.
Yeah.
After the last song about global unity and peace from the Olympics,
yeah,
I got up on my soapbox, literally. It was a theater box, and announced as much to the entire audience in the lobby. Redacted. The former deputy superintendent for business affairs for the Ann Arbor School District lectured me on how wrong it was for me to disrupt a public event, disrupting people's exiting the auditorium, etc. Soon after I learned who brought the weapon into the concert. So-and-so's grandson, phone number, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So basically this guy got up on the mic and publicly admonished this guy for coming in there with a holstered weapon as people were leaving the auditorium after the performance.
It's lucky that guy didn't beat his ass.
Yeah. The Daily Caller reached out to the open carrier through the Facebook,
okay,
but he did not immediately respond. His Facebook page does not indeed indicate that he is a strong advocate for gun ownership rights and open carry.
Yeah. Well, let's just be honest. This guy was being a douche.
Sure, I agree. I mean, why are you carrying a gun into a school play?
Yeah, I mean, he's being a douchebag. And, that's fine. The cops cleared him, whatever. He's being a douche. But once the cops cleared him, you just got to fucking let it go.
That's the end of it.
That's it.
It's
the
over.
Cops cleared him. This dummy, because now this dummy has no clout at all with the school. If he was that offended about it, he needs to go to the school board and say, just like we said before, this can't happen. We can't have these guns in here around these kids.
Right.
Which I find it amazing that a school in today's world would not have already handled that.
Sure.
That is stunning to me. That school sounds highly, 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 inappropriate, I guess. Or...
Well, I guess that might have been one of the things that may have slipped through the cracks, or maybe nobody brought it up, or who knows?
But, I mean, that could be remedied the next day. The guy didn't do anything. Okay, fair enough. So now today, fucking run out to the fucking Home Depot and buy a no weapons allowed in this facility sign.
Sure.
Stick it on the front door, and now the problem is solved forever.
Exactly.
Instead, now that this guy made a big deal out of it, now you're going to have gun advocacy. Gun advocates are going to fucking protest if they pass some kind of thing about having guns in the school.
Right.
Because the fucking NRA fucking uber retards will fucking... Now they're going to be looking at this place.
The Daily Caller contacted de Blasio, who was unapologetic over his actions, even though the man had every legal right to carry the gun.
Yeah. I don't like it, pal. Fuck the law. I don't like it.
Yes. Asked whether the man behaved in any way that should set off any alarms, de Blasio said that judging his behavior is speculative. Judging his behavior is speculative.
Speculative.
Ask any people you'd like why they were concerned. I can tell you that I am concerned about firearms being brought into a school, he said.
Okay, I'll give him that point.
De Blasio said he is otherwise fine with people owning guns, but objects to them being brought into schools.
I agree with that point.
I would like the law to be changed so that people cannot bring firearms into schools, he said. He also told the Daily Caller that he was not aware of the legality of open carry on a school grounds before speaking to the police.
I see. So he'd like the law that he doesn't know to be changed.
Right.
That's good.
But he added that even if he had known the open carry was legal beforehand, I would not have responded differently, and I will not respond any differently in the future.
All right, well, I will. I'll give him this slightest piece of kudos. Thank God he's not in here apologizing now.
Right.
Like everybody else. Oh, I'm sorry I did that. I shouldn't have overstepped my bounds. Shut up. At least he's sticking to his guns. I'm for that.
Sure.